What's going on, guys? It is Royalty Crypto here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about the meme coin PENGU. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on my price predictions, kind of how I'm feeling about the overall market, and whether or not it's a good time to buy. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. PENGU is currently sitting at 3 cents. It is down nearly 7% in the past 24 hours. However, we are still up 10% in the past 7 days. We are trading just shy of $2 billion market cap, and our overall 24-hour volume is still looking quite nice at 528 million, which is good to see. And we have 100% of tokens in circulation, which is also a very positive thing. It is currently the 57th most valuable crypto coin and the 4th most valuable meme, not counting meme core, which I'm pretty sure is a scam. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple different indicators. Let's see. Okay, so the Fear and Greed Index has updated to a 55, so we are back into neutral. Yesterday, if you guys were watching this indicator, we did get up to a 62, which is the first time we've been in greed since like early August. So we are getting a bit of a pullback, a bit of a reset on the indicators, which it's definitely not a negative. I think as long as we don't drop below 118,000 on Bitcoin, I think that we are looking very bullish regardless of this pullback. The altcoin season indicator has dipped a bit back towards Bitcoin season, which I did expect to happen. I believe that we will be in a full-blown altcoin season, more so in November to December. So I think that's when we'll start to hit the 80+ range on the altcoin season. And the average crypto RSI indicator was in overbought, not extremely overbought, but it was in overbought, and now we are dipping back into neutral. However, we are getting somewhat close to being oversold again, and that's averaged throughout all crypto coins. So overall, what these indicators are telling me is that it is a decent time to buy the dip here. It's not the best time to be buying. The best time is obviously when we're very oversold on the RSI indicators and when we are in fear or extreme fear on the fear and greed. However, if you do think that there's a high likelihood of a blow-off top altcoin season towards the end of this year, then now could be a reasonable time to buy. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the PENGU liquidation heat map here. So this kind of helps me predict what could potentially happen in the short term. And the reason for that is you can see the areas in which there is a lot of short traders that could potentially be liquidated and a lot of long traders that can be liquidated. Typically, market makers and exchanges will try to liquidate these people because they all make profits on that. So why wouldn't they, So under the 3 cent range where we're sitting right now, we do have quite a bit of potential liquidity that could be liquidated. Basically all the way down to about 0.028, 0.029. So theoretically, it is possible that we could continue to dip down to roughly those levels just to clear out this liquidity. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever, I do think that if we do get down to those levels, we probably will have another V-shaped recovery, kind of like we saw here about a week ago. Now on the flip side, the other thing that we could see in the short term is yet another run up to the 0.034 levels, where we have quite a bit of short traders that we could liquidate. And that could potentially cause a short squeeze if we could push through that level and get us up to like the 3.5 cent mark. So those are the two scenarios that I think could play out in the short term. But overall, guys, I am leaning towards the more bullish scenario here just because I think everything is aligning perfectly with rate cuts, perfect seasonality with the Q4 months always tending to be the best for crypto. But yeah, it's definitely important to be prepared for both scenarios so that you don't react emotionally. The other thing that I want to talk about real quick is just a couple different PENGU price predictions. So let me just go back to memes here. So based on the 24-hour trading volume being as high as it is for PENGU at about $500 million, I do think that this coin has a lot of potential this cycle. I could realistically see this coin getting to kind of where Shiba got last cycle, which, if I remember correctly, was around like a 25 to $30 billion market cap. I think that is incredibly realistic. And if that does play out, you're looking at about a 15x from here. So say you were to buy $10,000 worth of PENGU at these prices, which I'm not recommending, this is never financial advice, but if you were to do that and it reached the top of our price target, you could realistically see $10,000 turning into $150,000. Now, it is important to remember that you need to sell on the way up because nothing is ever guaranteed in these markets. We could go into World War III any given day, and the prices could not get to where we're expecting. So definitely take profits. I'll be taking profits the entire way up, and I will keep you guys updated in my videos when I decide to do that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the FOMC meeting prediction market. So we have our next FOMC meeting in 3 weeks from tomorrow. It will be on a Wednesday as always. And at the moment, we have a 95% chance of seeing another 25 basis point cut. This is extremely important for risk on assets. And the only really way that I could see a Q4 run not happening this year is if Jerome Powell somehow decides to not cut rates. I think that would kind of be like a mini black swan event if that were to take place. But I don't think we need to worry about that at the moment, as 95% chance is very high. All right, let's take a look at the December meeting. So it is showing that we have an 83.4% chance of having another cut in December on top of the cut in October. So that's fantastic. Really want to see that happen. It would be fantastic for crypto, fantastic for, high risk tech plays. And I know that would benefit basically everybody watching this video. All right, and then the last couple things I want to talk about is just the Bitcoin price for today. We have seen quite a significant pullback from yesterday. Yesterday we did hit a new all-time high at 126,200, which is great to see. I was very excited about that. I'm sure you guys were too. But since then, we have pulled back to as low as 120,800, but we have recovered back up to 122,000 just about. So hopefully we can find a bottom here. I think it's somewhat normal that we were rejected off of that resistance level at 126,000. There's still quite a bit of shorts around that area that we could potentially liquidate and that could cause a short squeeze. So I think we will retest that, and hopefully next time we do retest that, we will probably break higher and hopefully go to 130,000 or more. All right, and same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum has had quite a significant pullback as well. Yesterday we did get all the way up to 4,750. Yet again, very close to all-time highs, but not able to quite get there. And now we are back down to 4,500. So it does seem like we have a bit of a bottom forming here. It all really depends on Bitcoin, on what Ethereum will do. So just watch Bitcoin and you can pretty much guess what will happen next for Ethereum. All right, and then I pretty much have to mention the fact that gold is basically at an all-time high at this very second. Looks like we did get rejected off of that big psychological level of $4,000 an ounce, and it looks like we are trying to retest that. There is a chance that gold could break above 4,000 tonight even, and yeah, it's good to see this because a lot of these gains will most likely be poured into crypto whenever this run decides to slow down a bit. So definitely keep your eyes on that. But guys, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay strong, stay bullish. If you want to buy, take advantage of these dips, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.